I'm pleased and relieved to be able to report to you that at approximately 10:15 this morning, we were able to successfully resolve this situation through a combination of negotiation and some tactical maneuvers.
Okay, well, with me right now is MSNBC terrorism analyst. Thank you so much for being here. Happy 4th to you. You saw all of this that played out. From what you know of this group, what do you make of exactly what happened yesterday in Boston?
I think what you're seeing now is the nation is being introduced to a force that's been around for a very long time. This is called the sovereign citizens movement. The sovereign citizens movement started pretty much in the 1950s with a series of conservative, rejectionist individuals who somehow misread and corrupted what they believed was the history of the Magna Carta and the Constitution of the United States, and determined they have no obligation to obey any laws, and that they as individuals are a sovereign nation and are a sovereign entity. Therefore, they cannot be stopped. They don't have to pay taxes. They can't have to register their vehicles. They cannot be impeded in any way. They can have all the arms that they want.
Okay,
there is a African-American variant of this.
And that variant being the Rise of the Moors, based in Rhode Island.
Well, in fact, there is a broader network, which is called the Washita Nation, or the Moorish Nation of Sovereign Citizens. And you have to understand, these people radicalize themselves through not just this corrupt reading of history, but through these scam conferences where they convince other people, you pay them $20 and they send you documents to convince you, you don't have to pay any taxes. You don't have to do anything. I've heard this in my own barbershop. So this group in Rhode Island is a variant of that, that obviously armed themselves.
Okay, so you gave us the deep Wikipedia version of exactly who they are. What I want to know, the Cliff Notes version, should I be scared of this group?
Sovereign citizens are a very dangerous entity, and the Southern Poverty Law Center has a very, very good analysis of this. When I train law enforcement, I've trained all law enforcement and Homeland Security intelligence organizations here in New York State, and I say this consistently. You will always go to guns with a sovereign citizen if they decide that they're going to fight it out. Well, 100 times more likely than having a gun battle with a jihadist or a foreign extremist terrorist. They view themselves as independent. Therefore, if you impede them, they also feel they have the right to defend themselves and kill if necessary.
There was a video that was posted on social media Saturday morning, and it was later taken down, by the way. A man who identified himself as being part of the group said that we are not anti-government, we are not anti-police, we are not sovereign citizens, we're not black identity extremists. There are a lot of not of things, but but they claimed that they were heading to Rhode Island to do some training. What do you think was at work there?
Well, there have been many new militia variants that have cropped up over the last 5 years. There have been incidents where we've seen black sovereign citizens or Moorish sovereign citizens have incidents. In 2012, there's a famous one in Dallas where 5 policemen were killed by an African-American who was a trained soldier, a veteran of Afghanistan, who believed in this black extremist ideology and killed 5 policemen. 2 weeks later, another incident occurred where they ambushed policemen in Baton Rouge. For all the denials that they have, this is standard sovereign citizen type ideology, and they're not dangerous to you unless you get in the way of their belief that they should have no holds or, by the government. But another thing they do is what we call paper terrorism, where if you do get in their way, they, like I said, they have these conferences where they sell information, and they will tie you up in liens on your house. They do it to law enforcement. They will keep you in court for years in order to bankrupt you.
All right, well, interesting. We'll leave it there. Malcolm Nance, thank you. Not sure that you made me a little bit more calm on this 4th of July, but no. Glad to have you here. Still the same.